How to sell your home and move into a new one by Christmas. So moving home can be a lengthy process and sometimes taking several months. A lot of buyers use Christmas as a self-imposed deadline, often so they can host their festivities in their new property and start the new year in this new house. However, if you've still not put your home on the market, then you don't actually need to fret, as it's still entirely possible to sell up and be moved into a new home in Oxfordshire in a matter of weeks rather than months. So I've prepared some ideas and tips that can help make this happen for you. So prepare your property. If you're on a quick sale, then now's the perfect time for a clear out, so you can showcase your property in its absolute best light. At a minimum, it's a good idea to declutter and tidy the house and garden, improving your property's curb appeal by cutting the front lawn, put a few plants outside. It makes a much bigger difference than you actually might think. And if any rooms are looking tired or outdated, then a lick of paint could do just the trick. And I always suggest going for neutral colors too, because when combined with a room that's been completely decluttered, it gives potential buyers a far clearer idea of how they'll use the space when they move in. Get your finances in order. To give yourself the best chance of moving quickly, you'll need to have absolutely everything in place as soon as possible, particularly when it comes to the finances. Speak to a mortgage broker about how much you can borrow and what your options are regarding porting your mortgage. You should also get your mortgage in principle arranged in plenty of time too. You'll also need to have at least 3 months wage slips available, as well as your most recent P60. Another thing you'll need to check is that you have instant access to all of your funds, as many savers will often deposit large amounts of savings into an account that doesn't provide instant access in order to get a better interest rate. So you have to make sure you're able to actually access your funds when you need them. Weigh up all the offers. If you're fortunate enough to get multiple offers on your property, then you have to compromise a little on price in order to meet your Christmas deadline. For example, first-time buyers and cash buyers are absolutely ideal when it comes to looking for a quick sale, but they might be offering less than somebody else who is part of a lengthy chain. Ultimately, it comes down to how important your Christmas deadline is, but it's absolutely vital to you, then you may have to accept a slightly lower offer to get the ball rolling quickly. Make sure your property is being marketed properly. It's highly likely that your estate agent will advertise your home on the major property websites, on their website and social media too, but it's worth double checking that this is the actual case. Make sure you have big for sale sign put up outside too, as you actually never know who might be looking, driving around, walking around, and it's another chance for people to see that it's on the market. Basically, you want your property to be seen by as many people as physically possible. So when you're speaking to estate agents, find out how they plan to advertise your home to ensure it's getting absolute maximum exposure. Don't cut corners. Just because you're in a rush to move into your new place, don't allow it to change your judgment when it comes to the important things. For example, it's always good to get a survey carried out on the new property, even if it could mean a slight delay in completing the purchase. Surveys are very important and they can flag up some pretty big issues, so it's better to find out about them before you've committed to buying a place than after you've actually moved in. And on the subject of cutting corners, don't fall into the trap of choosing the cheapest solicitor and estate agent to handle your property transaction. Although it might take some extra time, it's always worth speaking to a handful of agents and solicitors to get an idea of their timescales and their professionalism. After all, it's important to deal with professionals that you can trust and who will meet your deadline, rather than those who don't pick up the phone and leave your file on the bottom of a mountain of case files. We use great solicitors, and I've seen the world of difference it can actually make. So I hope this helps. If you'd like any further advice, please reach out. This is Damion Merry, Fine & Country.